Yo, what's up? Dope to see you again. And in this video, we're going to be getting into Carlos Alcaraz versus Mackenzie McDonald in the 2022 Western and Southern Open. Without further ado, guys, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the video and to the channel, and let's fucking run this.
In doubles, in double mixes to beat the 23 finals and has won an unbelievable
Okay, finding his forehand here. Goes open stance. Inside in. So Mackenzie McDonald here goes inside in. You can see Alcaraz has a great opportunity now to burn him with the cross-court forehand, putting Mackenzie McDonald on the run. Let's see if he can make him pay for going line there. Okay, didn't make him pay. Got it back deep though. So interesting decision there. Mackenzie McDonald goes down the line. Alcaraz goes cross. He runs around it to find inside out forehand. So notice, Alcaraz hit a deep ball. Mackenzie McDonald ran around, found the forehand. But when he hit that, he didn't recover. Look at his recovery. Look, at contact, this is not enough recovery here. He's going to be susceptible to the backhand down the line. So most coaches, what they'll teach is after you rip the ball cross court here, right, you need to recover back off center about to this location. So if you're Carlos Alcaraz and you see your opponent just camping out in the corner here, like he's in Nuketown in MW3 or Black Ops or whatever, if he's just camping out there, just right in the house, no, you got to utilize the backhand line to keep them honest. And then once you show them that backhand down the line here, that's when your opponents are going to be forced to recovering more. Okay, so if you're not using the backhand down the line, highly recommend using it when your opponent is staying over on their inside out forehand and kind of cheating over too much. Okay. On the run forehand, open stance. Notice on his serve, his chest, we can clearly see his chest facing us. Look at on your own serve. Do you rotate your body enough or are you too forward facing? This is one factor that you can manipulate on your serves and adjust and experiment with how much you're coiling and turning your body. Okay, just pay attention how Mackenzie McDonald, his full chest is facing us. Look at Carlos Alcaraz's footwork on the return here. Makes contact with the ground, he split steps. Gets his body weight going forward in, keeps his shoulders level, and gets his body weight going through forward. Notice how he's actually taking a few steps after he hits it and is actively moving forward. Okay, so you can replicate that for your own returns. Get your body weight going through the ball even after you hit. Have your body weight go forward. Take a few, 2 or 3 extra steps going forward. Okay, that's not a bad miss though. He missed it a little bit long or a lot long, but if there's a miss on your returns, that's one of the best misses you can make. Missing it deep, middle, but he just didn't hit that right. Okay, so pay attention to his decision making here. This is a serve plus 1 combo. He serves, gets a short ball. He's saying, okay, I'm going to use the serve plus 1 combo here. Now, am I going to go cross court or am I going to go down the line? He has the intention of coming into net after this ball. So see what he does. He rips it down the line. And notice, why doesn't he go cross court? Because from this recovery position here, from Mackenzie McDonald, look at where he recovers. Can Carlos Alcaraz hit a winner cross court? Is he going to have some doubt that he can hit a winner cross court here? The ball's not that floating up in the air. So Alcaraz probably has some doubt that he can hit a winner cross court. So it's very simple. I can't hit a winner cross court, so I'm going to rip it down the line if I'm thinking about this like an approach shot coming into net. So it's very simple why he went to that location, okay? And you can apply that for your own game as well. A lot of players, they don't know, okay, wait, when I hit a good serve and get that short ball, should I go cross, should I go line? Just simplify it, guys. Just simplify it. If you can't hit a winner cross court, go down the line on your approach shots. It will help you tremendously. Now you can just focus on executing that strategy. Notice how Carlos Alcaraz keeps his left hand on the throat of the racket until the ball bounces. Notice how his racket head is above his wrist. The tip of the racket is above his wrist before he goes forward. Notice how when he's preparing on his return, he's just setting the racket to the outside of his body. He's not getting his elbow so bent at the beginning. He's simplifying the stroke. So what you'll see is some of the guys who have that more modern ATP style forehand where they're loading up here, right? They don't necessarily need to do that on every single return on their forehand, right? They can just start with their elbow a little bit more extended, and that can help them simplify the timing and make the timing easier. So let's take a look at that again. Okay, so see how it's bent a little bit, but he's not focused on getting the elbow so high up. He's not preparing the same way he does on his normal forehands. Big serve out wide. Wow, take a look at that return footwork though from Mcdonald. Look at his split step. Split. Notice right as he split steps, he transfers his weight onto his right leg. He pushes off the right leg to reach for the ball. He makes contact. Notice, he just made contact there. His left foot is not on the ground. His left foot is not on the ground. Then after contact, his left foot touches down. So when you're on the run, when you're on the stretch, when you're trying to time even returns like this, make sure you're really thinking about the timing of the right foot, the contact point, and the left foot. All right, that's one of the best things to focus on when you're trying to improve your returns. Notice on Carlos Alcaraz's flat down the tee serve, the ball traveled over this side of the net and then went to this location. So when you're going for your down the tee serves, visualize a square right here. Visualize a square right here. And yes, you want to obviously aim at the actual target, the spot on the court. But where does the ball have to pass through first? It has to pass through that window if you're not hitting that checkpoint currently. So that could be one thing you spend a few days or a few weeks working on, with your main objective being, let me serve within this particular target when I'm going down the tee. Okay? I've seen some coaches actually bring out like some kind of like hula hoop looking circle and putting it there so that it's a clear visual for your students to use as well. So that's good as well, but you can also just visualize it, okay? And use your imagination there as well. Look at his tilt in his shoulders. Shoulder, shoulder, elbow angle, facing up. Notice the left hand is on the throat of the racket until the ball bounces. Notice how his elbows aren't down, his elbows are up. He's airing out his right armpit, and his left arm, okay, from his left shoulder to his left elbow, that part of his arm is completely parallel with the baseline. If anything, it's even turned more. Alcaraz even turns it more than that. But the checkpoint for you to hit is the left part of my arm here, is this parallel with the baseline when I'm turned? That's how you know you're turned fully. He keeps the racket on the right side of his body the whole time. He never takes it back behind the hitting side. And he gets his right elbow to be essentially completely straight at contact. He has very solid technique, very clean technique. Notice he gets the short ball, so he has all the options on the menu. So now that's why, and only because of that reason, he can think about using the drop shot here. Also, Alcaraz is so far behind the baseline. Now, if you're Mackenzie McDonald, you want to be cognizant of one thing. Okay? You hit the drop shot, and bro, you're just standing there. You're just standing there flat-footed. You're expecting to hit a winner off this ball. Okay? You don't have to come into net on every drop shot, but what I recommend is drop shot and then come into net. Drop shot and come into net. That was a good drop shot though. So it didn't come back, but what if it did come back? You want to be at the net to take advantage of that ball that your opponent's going to catch with the open strings like this, right? This is assuming you execute a good drop shot, right? Where your opponent is in a disadvantageous position. And those scenarios are the ones where it's probably going to work when you hit a good drop and then follow it into net as well. Okay? Because if your opponent notices that you're flat-footed back kind of at the baseline, they might counter drop shot you if they're smart. Okay? Pay attention to Mackenzie McDonald's decision making here. Hits a good serve, goes in for the serve and volley, it bounces, okay? He prepares, he sets his racket with the edge of his frame, okay, facing forward. So if you are standing, let's say you're in the crowd sitting right over here, okay, and you're these two guys right here, you can't see the strings on his racket. You cannot see the W on his racket if you're one of these guys over here. So like, let's say you're a coach feeding balls to your player. You can take a look at their technique and say, okay, when they're preparing, when they're taking the racket back fully, okay, and preparing with the turn, can I see the frame of the racket or am I seeing the strings more and seeing the W on the Wilson racket, right? And that's one checkpoint that you can see. But the main lesson is he's fully set and prepared even on this ball here. So he's doing the same thing that he would do if his coach was just feeding him a backhand cross court. And he goes down the line here. Now here, if I'm Mackenzie McDonald, I'm probably going to try to get my shoulders extra turned and then go down the line. Okay? You want to do a lot of footwork in these type of situations and really push off the outside leg. He did go to that target. So guys, just pay attention. There's a reason why he went line there, okay? There's a reason why he went line there. Look, you might think I could go cross court here, okay? But the reason why I believe he's probably not doing that is because that's a very difficult shot to execute, okay, from this position. Okay, the backhand cross court, because look, when your shoulders are sideways like this, your arm moves forward like this, right? So from this position with his shoulders turned that far, he has to go so far across, and that's a lot of power and a lot of, basically he has to do a lot more with his arms and his upper body, and it's a lot more complicated going cross court for an angle winner on that shot. So it's just a very difficult shot to execute, not to mention that ball will probably land, bounce up more, and give Alcaraz a lot of time to get to that ball where he's already recovered on that side as well. So there's just a lot of reasons why you want to go down the line here. Okay, and it basically still kind of sums up to lower likelihood he could hit a winner cross court. So keep it simple. Go line on that. Push off the right foot. Notice how he kind of pushes forward. You see that? He pushed off the right leg, is getting his body weight actually forward a little bit. Okay. Wow, and he actually plants on the right as well. It's really good body control there. It's a tough shot. Mackenzie did a good job getting that ball to his feet there. Notice Carlos Alcaraz's left elbow is bent when he's preparing on his backhand. Then as he goes to the ball, it straightens. Good split step by Alcaraz. He's still doing the work regardless of if his opponent misses. Left hand is still on the racket. But do you see that? Look how long he kept the left hand on the racket. So if you're a higher level player, maybe like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 UTR, for you specifically, it might even make sense for your coach to tell you, you need to keep your left hand on the racket even a little bit after the ball bounces. Just to keep you more connected, because you probably accelerate a lot faster than maybe some of the lower level players, right? And you're really athletic. So for you, it might actually make sense to be programmed to hold on even longer. And just notice Alcaraz is doing that. Yeah, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day today. Make those sacrifices that you know you need to make to hit your goals. And yeah, if you got any value out of this video, like the video, comment on the video, okay? And subscribe to the channel, all right? And if you have any questions, I highly recommend following me on Instagram if you want to see some more like behind the scenes stuff. And follow along. We got a lot of dope content in store for you guys. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.